Welcome back to the Rise Up podcast, where we explore the journeys of resilience, growth, and self-discovery. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that resonates with us all: embracing imperfection. In a world that constantly pressures us to be perfect and invincible, we're often left feeling exhausted and inadequate. But what if true strength lies not in denying our flaws, but in owning them? Today, we'll uncover the power of vulnerability, self-compassion, and acceptance, and how they can lead us to a more authentic and fulfilling life. So get comfortable, grab a cup of coffee, and join us as we rise up together, embracing our imperfections and finding real strength. In today's world, it feels like everyone's obsessed with being perfect and acting tough all the time. We're constantly told to win at everything, never show weakness, and always look like we've got it all together. But let's be real. Trying to keep up that act is exhausting, and it can really mess with your head. The truth is, we're all human, and that means having ups and downs, good days and bad days. Real strength isn't about pretending you're flawless, it's about owning your flaws and using them to grow. Winning isn't everything. From the time we're kids, we're taught that winning is the only thing that matters. We're pushed to compete, be the best, and never give up. While that can teach us good stuff like determination and grit, it can also make us way too focused on coming out on top. We start thinking that losing means we're failures, and showing any weakness is like admitting we're not good enough. This kind of thinking can make you a nervous wreck. You're scared to take chances, try new things, or go after your dreams because you're terrified of messing up. You might even end up doing unhealthy things, like drinking too much or hurting yourself, just to try and make the pain of feeling like you failed go away. But here's the deal. Life isn't just one big winning streak. You're gonna have setbacks, disappointments, and times when you lose. It's important to understand that these things are just part of being human, and they don't say anything about your worth or what you're capable of. In fact, messing up can actually be a good thing, teaching you important lessons about bouncing back, adapting, and never giving up. Being strong doesn't mean hiding your feelings. Just like we're told winning is everything, we're also told that being strong means never letting your emotions show. We're supposed to suck it up, put on a brave face, and never let anyone see us sweat. Sure, being resilient and keeping your cool is important, but bottling up your feelings all the time can seriously mess with your mind and body. When you keep all your emotions inside, they don't just magically disappear. They build up and can turn into anxiety, depression, or even make you physically sick. Plus, pretending you're always tough makes it hard for people to really connect with you. If you're always acting invincible, you're putting up a wall that stops people from truly seeing and understanding who you are. Real strength is about acknowledging your feelings, dealing with them, and learning from them. It's okay to feel sad, mad, scared, or just plain overwhelmed. Those feelings are normal, and they don't mean you're weak or messed up. In fact, letting yourself feel and express your emotions can be incredibly freeing and empowering. Be kind to yourself. Being kind to yourself is a big part of embracing vulnerability and finding real strength. It means treating yourself with the same kindness, understanding, and forgiveness that you'd give to a good friend. When you mess up, face a setback, just feel like you're drowning, it's important to be gentle with yourself instead of beating yourself up. Acknowledge your feelings without judging them. Give yourself some encouraging words, and remind yourself that you're not the only one going through tough times. Practicing self-compassion can make a huge difference in your life. It can help reduce anxiety and depression, make you more resilient when things get tough, and boost your overall self-esteem. Accepting your flaws helps you grow. When you embrace your vulnerability and practice self-compassion, you create the perfect environment for personal growth. By recognizing your weaknesses, you can figure out where you need to improve and come up with ways to overcome your challenges. By accepting that you're not perfect, you can stop stressing about being flawless and focus on making progress, one step at a time. Growth is a lifelong journey, and there's no finish line. There will always be new challenges, new things to learn, and new chances to grow. The key is to approach this journey with curiosity, openness, and a willingness to embrace the ups and downs that come with it. Be true to yourself. the end of the day, real strength is about being true to yourself. That means being who you are, even when it's hard or uncomfortable. It means embracing your vulnerability, being kind to yourself, and allowing yourself to grow and change. When you live authentically, you break free from what society expects of you and the pressure to fit in. You can chase your passions, express your creativity, and build meaningful relationships. You can live a life that's rich, fulfilling, and true to who you really are. In a world that often values perfection and acting tough, it's important to remember that real strength comes from embracing your flaws, being kind to yourself, and allowing yourself to grow and change. By owning your weaknesses, accepting that you're not perfect, and learning from your mistakes, you can find inner peace, resilience, and authenticity. So let's ditch the whole invincible act and embrace the beauty of our imperfect selves. Let's celebrate our strengths, acknowledge our weaknesses, and allow ourselves to feel the full range of human emotions. Let's live authentically, bravely, and with unwavering self-compassion. Because when we do, we'll discover the true strength that's inside all of us. Boost your vocabulary and express yourself like a native speaker with these 15 hand-picked words and phrases from the essay. Each entry includes a clear definition and an example sentence to help you understand and use them effectively in your own conversations. Mess with your head, meaning to cause someone to feel confused, worried, or upset. Example, all this stress at work is really messing with my head. One more time, meaning to cause someone to feel confused, worried, or upset. Example, all this stress at work is really messing with my head. Nervous wreck, meaning a person who is extremely anxious or worried. Example, I was a nervous wreck before my job interview. One more time, meaning a person who is extremely anxious or worried. Example, I was a nervous wreck before my job interview. The deal, meaning used to introduce an important or essential point. Example, the deal is you can't please everyone all the time. One more time, meaning used to introduce an important or essential point. Example, the deal is you can't please everyone all the time. Bottle up your feelings, meaning to suppress or hide your emotion. Example, it's not healthy to bottle up your feelings. Talk to someone you trust. One more time, meaning to suppress or hide your emotion. Example, it's not healthy to bottle up your feelings. Talk to someone you trust. Mess with your mind and body, meaning to have a negative impact on your mental and physical health. Example, sleep deprivation can really mess with your mind and body. One more time, meaning to have a negative impact on your mental and physical health. Example, sleep deprivation can really mess with your mind and body. Let someone see you sweat, meaning to allow someone to see that you are worried or nervous. Example, she's a tough negotiator. She never lets anyone see her sweat. One more time, meaning to allow someone to see that you are worried or nervous. Example, she's a tough negotiator. She never lets anyone see her sweat. Plain overwhelmed, meaning feeling completely overcome by a situation or emotion. Example, I'm feeling plain overwhelmed with all the work I have to do. One more time, meaning feeling completely overcome by a situation or emotion. Example, I'm feeling plain overwhelmed with all the work I have to do. Own up to, meaning to admit or confess to something. Example, it's time to own up to your mistakes and apologize. One more time, meaning to admit or confess to something. Example, it's time to own up to your mistakes and apologize. Mess up, meaning to make a mistake or do something wrong. Example, everyone messes up sometimes. It's part of being human. One more time, meaning to make a mistake or do something wrong. Example, everyone messes up sometimes. It's part of being human. Boost your confidence, meaning to increase your self-belief and self-esteem. Example, setting achievable goals and accomplishing them can boost your confidence. One more time, meaning to increase your self-belief and self-esteem. Example, setting achievable goals and accomplishing them can boost your confidence. Beat yourself up, meaning to criticize yourself harshly or excessively. Example, stop beating yourself up over one small mistake. One more time, meaning to criticize yourself harshly or excessively. Example, stop beating yourself up over one small mistake. Drowning, meaning feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope. Example, I'm drowning in paperwork, I need some help. One more time. Meaning, feeling overwhelmed or unable to cope. Example, I'm drowning in paperwork, I need some help. Figure out. Meaning, to understand or solve something. Example, I'm trying to figure out how to fix this computer. One more time. Meaning, to understand or solve something. Example, I'm trying to figure out how to fix this computer. Ditch. Meaning, to get rid of or abandon something. Example, it's time to ditch the negativity and focus on the positive. One more time. Meaning, to get rid of or abandon something. Example, it's time to ditch the negativity and focus on the positive. Ups and downs. Meaning, the good and bad times in life. Example, every relationship has its ups and downs. One more time. Meaning, the good and bad times in life. Example, every relationship has its ups and downs. And that wraps up another episode of the Rise Up podcast. Remember, you don't have to be perfect to be strong. Embrace your flaws, practice self-compassion, and allow yourself to grow. True strength lies in authenticity, resilience, and the courage to be yourself. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Rise Up podcast on your favorite platform. And if you're feeling inspired, share this episode with a friend who might need a little reminder that it's okay not to be okay. Until next time, keep rising up.